Yeah, everything.
Fastest land mammal is the cheetah. That's actually the only thing I know. I'm highly illiterate. I'm illiterate.
You're illiterate?
I'm illiterate. I'm admitting that now.
Since you ran Supernatural for 5 seasons, how hard was it to continue it past what you had put as your book
Not actually all that hard because, I made the decision sort of early on, and Studio Network were great about supporting it, that when we were in the middle of season 5 and we were still getting ratings and it looked like we would continue. And I get that, I'm not sort of like, I come from a family of businessmen. I'm from the Midwest. Like I sort of get the value of like when something's working, keep it going. Like I'm not so like artiste, like it must end, But the one thing I did say was I'm not going to stretch out the storyline. And if there's a season 6, I'm going to end it for all intents and purposes the way I was going to end it. And that maybe a few pages will be different, and I'll make some amends so the story can continue. But I'm not going to stretch it because the audience will smell that, and it'll smell fake and inauthentic, and we owe them more respect than that. So I said, if you guys really want to do a season 6, that's fine, and we'll all help you figure it out. But it's the sequel to a movie. And a new storyline is going to start. And the only thing I'll promise you is I'll give you a means with which the characters are still alive, that you can put them in a new storyline. And that's really what we've done. And so we're not particularly, there's certain elements that we'll thread through, of course, like the aftermath of what went on with Heaven, and because Misha did such a great job and Cass is such a popular character, that's a snapshot of what a post-apocalyptic Heaven looks like and how the angels are dealing with it. Not well, by the way. And but otherwise, in terms of the main mythology that the guys are on, we just sort of looked at what had come before, and we said, let's devise something new, and let's not be under the weight of like a really heavy mythology. I mean, shows late in their game, I think, collapse under that weight. So there's a lot of freedom and invigoration now because we're free again to kind of fashion a new story, and again, to Sarah and Bob Singer's credit, I think they've come up with an extraordinary new mythology that doesn't feel like what came before, but it feels different. I mean, I would say if the earlier mythology was my sort of obsession with Joseph Campbell and very Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, Sarah and Bob bring a different sensibility, and it's much more noirish. It's LA Confidential or Chinatown, and it's twisty and gritty and down to the ground, and no one knows they seem, and mythology keeps twisting, and right when you think you got it figured out, then all of a sudden there's another left turn, and it feels different. It's like the difference between Alien and Aliens in its way. Like it's same characters, same monsters in a way, but new filmmakers are bringing a different feel to it, and I think that's healthy for the show.
How does your role change?
I am on the back nine, just playing, and I get called. I'm a consigliere. Like it's my job to make sure that all that having been said, the show falls within, the creative parameters that is Supernatural, that it feels like the show. I'm kind of a loving pain in Sarah and Bob's asses. Like I'm in the room on the breaks. Like I know what the outlines are. I give notes on the scripts. I am in the room. Bob, Sarah, and I figure out like, do we like the episode ideas? Yes or no. I'm not as involved in production as I once was. I'm not like signing. It used to be like I would sign off on every piece of costume, every visual effect, every move a director would make. Like I would say Sarah and Bob have taken over that realm. I'm kind of more creative in the purely creative realm with the writers and just figuring out the story, but making sure it falls within that. Every so often there'll be a line or a moment where I'll say, Dean wouldn't do that, or I really don't think that falls within what we set up earlier as the rules of the show. So I'm a safety net.
Are you planning on doing anything else now that you have more free time?
I am. I'm spending more time with my family, but I'm also I'm writing a new pilot for Warner Brothers. So probably to be announced later once it becomes more official. But one I'm really excited about if it all goes well. No, all top secret. All top secret, but if it goes the way I want it to go, it should be reasonably big news, but we'll see. And I'm writing a movie, and I'm just kind of, I love Supernatural, and it is my baby, but it is kind of invigorating to play in few other creative sandboxes, but still keep my grubby little hands in the show and make sure that and just make sure that I can't quite let it go. So it's been good. Damn well better. Although Sarah does have different tastes. She's not into classic rock. Like, that's not her taste. And she's like, so who's Foreigner? I'm like, listen, Sarah. I was like, you better make sure that stuff is in there. But I think she's like, well, maybe Velvet Underground? And I'm like, maybe. So I mean, she has like a different, so we're trying to get that to mesh out. That's still a work in progress.
We got
Lou Reed is classic rock. Thank